What's going on, guys? In this video, we're talking all about Facebook ad structure. I'm going to show you, once you have everything figured out with your Facebook ad, how to actually launch your Facebook ad so that you're getting the most profitable result. And I'm going to do that first by going over in general the Facebook ad structure. So stay tuned because that's coming on right now. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Gaby Kemsey with GabyKemsey.com, and welcome back to my channel. On my channel, I teach internet marketing as well as entrepreneurship. So if you are trying to learn how to make money online, grow a business online, whether that's e-commerce, whether you're trying to sell courses, whether you're a creative and you just want to learn how to get yourself out there into the marketplace, this channel is for you. So if this is your very first time watching any of my videos, go ahead, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit the little bell notification thing so that you can get updated on any videos that I release on a weekly basis. And today we're talking all about Facebook ad structure. Now, you are just joining us in my free Facebook ads course on my channel. This is a comprehensive course people pay thousands of dollars for. I'm not even joking when I say that, and I'm literally giving it to you guys for free. I know it sounds crazy. Sometimes I wonder why I'm doing it, but no, it's like I'm playing. I want to do it because I want to give you guys value. That's really what it is. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Facebook ads, if you don't understand the structure and how it actually works, it really kind of sets you back in terms of everything else in delivering when it comes to even creating your ad and actually launching your ad. So before we kind of move into our next phase of launching your ad, here are a couple of things that I want to go over with you to help you kind of understand the structure of Facebook ads. Now, before I dive into this video, I also did another video that's kind of like this. I'll put the video link up here somewhere so that you can see that. And with that video, I actually do some kind of a little bit of a more visual demonstration and presentation so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're more of a visual learner and you understand things more visually, that video is basically going to be what we're going to cover here. But I'm going to touch on a couple of the different things in this particular video that I didn't really mention in the last one. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on to the general Facebook ad structure. So when it comes to Facebook ads, there are three components, okay? There's three main components, and that is the campaign, your ad set, and your actual ad. All right. Now, if you've ever been into the ads manager in the back of the Facebook ads manager or business manager, you'll notice these three things when you're trying to create a Facebook ad. Now, how you want to think about this is you want to think about this on levels, okay? So the first level is the campaign. Now, the campaign level allows you to do one thing. Pick the objective of your ad. What is the sole purpose of your actual ad? Is it to generate a lead? Is it to generate a sale? Is it to get a click? Is it to get a view? Whatever that objective is, that's where you set it up on your campaign level. It's the very first thing you have to decide when you're building an actual ad out. Okay, so remember, the campaign is the first level, and you can have unlimited number of campaigns, okay? Now, within a campaign is the second level, which is the ad set. Now, the ad set stands for ad settings. Well, I don't know if it stands for ad settings, but that's how I remember it, ad settings. And this is where you set up the settings of the actual ad. So this can be stuff like your budget, your placement, your audience, the targeting, right? Those are the kind of things that are being set up in the ad set level. So remember, although you have one campaign, you can have unlimited ad sets within that campaign, okay? Now, so the campaign picks the objective. What's the purpose of the ad? The ad set picks the settings. This particular ad that has this objective is going to be shown to women at the age of 24 to 46 who like makeup, right? And then after the ad set, you have the third level, which is the actual ad. Okay, and the actual ad meaning like the creative. Okay, now this includes the image or video, right? This includes the text. This includes the link that people are going to be sent to once they actually click the ad or want to learn more about what you are offering in your ad. Okay, and just like you can have one campaign, and within that campaign, you have unlimited number of ad sets, and within an ad set, you can have an unlimited number of ads. Okay, so that's kind of the premise of an ad structure when it comes to Facebook. Like I said, if on my other video, I do a little bit more visual kind of guide about this. So if you're more a visual person, that will definitely help you kind of digest what is kind of going on here. But I want you guys to understand the actual ad structure and concept and how to actually set this up, because understanding this will help you when it comes to actually launching your ad. So let me give you a quick example so you can kind of understand exactly what I'm talking about here. So let's say I sell something random. Okay, so let's say you're trying to sell, like, I don't know, a grill. I don't know, it's really random, but let's say you're trying to sell a grill, okay? So this is how the structure, example of a campaign could be. So example, we're trying to sell a grill, right? So we're trying to sell a grill. Our campaign, the objective of our campaign is going to be for conversions, okay? We want somebody to basically buy, right? That's our campaign, all right? Now, remember, you can have as many campaigns as you want, but for this particular campaign, we're talking about grills, all right? Now, within this campaign, which is set to conversions, that is our main objective, we can have as many ad sets as we want. And remember, the ad sets are what change your settings. So they control who sees what, they control your budget, all that kind of stuff. So let's say you can have like 3 different ad sets, right? Ad set 1, ad set 2, and ad set 3. Right? And let's say this ad set, we're targeting people who like cooking. Okay? And this ad set, we're targeting people who like grilling. And believe it, they are 2 different things. And you can target both of those in Facebook. And for ad set number 3, we can target people who like, outdoors. Okay? And these are just 3 examples. I could have as many examples as I want. And each one of these examples are going to be targeted to people and can be targeted to people in separate places, can be targeted to people in the same places, can be targeted based on a different type of budget. Like I could spend $5 for this budget, I could spend $5 for this ad set, and I could spend $5 for this ad set. And this is where the whole premise of testing kind of comes in, okay? Because the benefit about using different and testing different ad sets is that when you find an ad set that's actually converting well, that works. Let's say, for example, grilling, surprisingly, is actually performing well and getting the results that we want, which is what? Conversions. That's our objective. So we're getting sales from the grilling ad set. What we can do now is we can now turn off any one of these ad sets that aren't performing and just focus on the one that actually is performing, okay? So that's the benefit of having multiple ad sets. That's where the testing comes in. Because if you just create one ad set and it's cooking and it doesn't perform and you just turn off the whole ad like, well, this doesn't work, you haven't given you a chance to see what actually does work, right? So that's kind of where the whole ad set premise comes in. Now remember, within each ad set, you can have an unlimited number of ads, okay? So now, let's go into the ad portion. Let's say for this particular ad set, you can have 3 different ads, right? Ad 1 can test a different image. Ad 2 can be a different headline. Ad 3 could be, let's say, just different text, right, in the body. Okay, so now the rabbit hole gets a little deeper, because now not only can we test out different ad sets to see which one work better, but we can test out different images to see which one works best too. So let's say we had this created for all 3 ad sets. Within this one ad campaign, how many ads do we have running for selling grills? The correct answer is 9. We have 9 actual ads that are running within this one campaign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, each one of these 9 ads are testing different elements in this whole campaign to figure out the sweet spot, to figure out what is working. So remember, like I said, within your objective of conversions, we could say that ad set is performing well. But within the ad set of grilling that's performing well, this image that we picked for this particular ad set might be the winning image. Now, ideally what you want to do is you only want to test one thing at a time. So if you were testing out images, you want to make sure the headlines and the text are universal throughout, so that it's kind of like the scientific method. Like, how do you know what's working if you're just changing everything all the time? You want to make sure things are kind of universal and you're changing one thing at a time. But this is how we kind of come up with our test of how to figure out what is going to work and what's not going to work. So that at the end of the day, we can see that if we're spending $5 a day for each one of these ad sets, and I got, 5 sales for this ad, and I got 0 for this one, and I got, I don't know, maybe 1 for this one, I can turn this ad off, right? Because there's no point in wasting money when I'm not getting a profit, okay? And then I can devote this $5 to the one that's actually working. So we might raise this instead of 5 to 10. And that's how we can start to grow our results with just changing the budget, all right? Now, there's a couple other things that go into this. So scaling is sometimes not as easy as just changing the budget, but we'll talk about scaling in my future videos. But that's kind of the whole premise of the Facebook ad structure, okay, guys? So now that we've kind of gone over the different ad sets and the ads and campaign objectives, one last thing I want to make sure you understand is, what's the whole big deal when it comes to setting up your actual objective? Like, what is better? Is it better to do conversions? Is it better to do traffic? Is it better to do lead gen? Like, what is better? The answer is, sometimes you just have to test it out to figure it out. But in order to understand what's happening, I'm going to show you something very quickly. So let's say for a particular ad campaign, right? We're going to go back to our grilling example, for example. So our campaign, right? Campaign. When you are trying to pick your particular objective for your campaign, you remember there's multiple objectives that you can pick. Think of the population that you're trying to target. So, for example, our example here is grilling, right? We want to sell a grill. So, let's draw the entire population of people that might be interested in grilling. Okay, let's say this is like 5 million people, right? 5 million people in this population. What a campaign objective does is a campaign objective focuses your particular ad based off of the objective that you pick. So let's say the first objective that you pick is you want conversions, right? Basically, you want sales. Okay? What Facebook is going to do is Facebook is going to look at the audience you pick, which is people that like grilling. It's going to pull out the audience, and within that audience, Facebook is going to find a portion of this audience that is more ideally going to click and buy your product because you've set it for conversions. So it might be this population right here, however that many people is. And Facebook is only going to show your ad to those people. Okay, now this is where the algorithm and stuff comes in, because based off of the data that Facebook has, Facebook can determine out of this population what group of people it's going to show. Now remember, this whole population is interested in grilling in some way, shape, or form. But based off of your objective, Facebook isn't going to show it to all 5 million people. It's just going to show it to a portion. That's why whenever you start to pick certain options in Facebook ads, your actual projected audience kind of drops down sometimes, depending on what you're targeting. All right. So, and so Facebook is just going to show your product or your ad to that particular objective. Okay. Now, let's say we had another objective, and our objective was just to get traffic. Okay. Now, this might be a whole other piece of the pie. This might be this portion right here of the audience. Okay. That's into traffic, right? So, based off of the campaign objective you pick, is going to determine what portion of the pie of your overall audience is going to actually see your ad. So that's why when it comes to picking an objective, it's great to one, understand what your actual objective is, whether it's to get conversions, get leads, sales, traffic, whatever. But two, to also understand that by testing out different objectives, you could also gain access to different parts of your audience that you wouldn't necessarily get access to if you just focused on one objective. Now, with all that being said, which objective do I actually recommend? I actually recommend conversions. Why? Because at the end of the day, that's what you're here for. You know, there's no point in spending money and like not trying to get some type of return on investment, a positive return on investment. So I do recommend conversions. And the reason why I also recommend conversions is that Facebook is constantly reevaluating this whole audience. So whenever people take an action, let's say in this whole conversion audience here, Facebook is constantly evaluating and seeing who does what so that this audience might change, you know, a little bit based off of this whole conversion objective. So at the end of the day, conversions is what I recommend, because conversions, depending on what you're trying to do, remember, it all really depends on what you're trying to do. But if you're just trying to, for example, if you are particularly trying to sell a particular product or sell a course, conversions is what I recommend. Now, there are other types of Facebook ad objectives that you can use that you can eventually go into conversions with. Like, you can start off with like an engagement ad first. This is a popular method to do with e-commerce kind of products, is kind of run an engagement ad first, see how it does, and then you can convert that into a conversion ad, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, conversions is what you want, and conversions is what I recommend. But as long as you understand why you're doing what you're doing when it comes to picking an objective for your campaign, and then once you pick an objective for the campaign, understanding the segmented audience that you're using depending on what you're targeting, and then understanding that within a particular campaign, you also have ad sets and you have ads that all fall under each other, so that you can basically test out what's going to work best for you, so that you can figure out at the end of the day what is going to be most profitable for you, and work on dialing down your ad and getting that ad to optimize so that you can get the results that you're looking for. And that's it, guys, for this video, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. Leave any comments that you have down in the description below if you have any questions about this or anything in general, really. And last but not least, if you want to take your Facebook ads to the next level, make sure you download my free Facebook ads copy cheat sheet. In that, I go over 10 Facebook ad copy secrets that you can use to maximize your ads when it comes to the copy. Remember, all these other elements play a factor. Your text, your video, your offer, all that matters. But if you can't get somebody to click on your ad and even get their attention within the first 2 seconds of them looking at it, it's all for nothing. So this is gonna give you some guidelines as to creating copy that is effective, that's catchy, and it's gonna actually help you sell better on Facebook ads. So if you want that, go ahead and click down the link below. Just fill out the information. I'll send that to you for free. No charge at all, but it's to your benefit to help you get your Facebook ads to where you want it to go. With that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all so much for watching. If you are continuing along with my Facebook ads course, you can go ahead to the next video on the playlist. And if not, I hope to see you in another one of my videos somewhere on my channel. So appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys the next time.